total not delight. Let me put all this in, you guys. This is why I'm late. I'm using an entirely different. This thing is not StreamYard because StreamYard isn't working, and you need a third party thing to to let's see. Let me make sure that I'm actually going live because that would be helpful. Um, you know, the thing is that YouTube's you need a third party software thing like StreamYard or BeLive or something like that to stream into the YouTubes. If there's an easier way, I didn't find it. This morning, Mercury Retrograde, StreamYard, I've been trying since about 10:30 to get on there so that I could stream into our weekly thingy-mabobby, but with the pretty picture and everything, but it is not working, so I'm making do with what I got. Um, and I think I'm live. I don't know, honestly. So if you're seeing me, let me see if I can. Um, oh, there I am. Yay. Okay. So that's good. Let's see if we can get a link maybe so that I can share this out. There's a chat. There's a share. Let's see. We're going to share it somewhere. I'm looking at my iPad, by the way. Sharing it to the Facebooks, maybe. So, yeah, because oh my Lanta, as my millennial friends say. Um, New, oh, well, whatever. Anyways, come find me if you can. Discard post. Because we got stuff to talk about, yo. So much stuff. Obviously, Mercury retrograde is a hot mess. That's one thing. So I got my cards. So we're going to get on with the weekly reading. Okay, so if you're here, go ahead and say hello. Go ahead and say hello. You can say hello in the chat. Um, Glasses would help too if I can see. So you can say hello in the chat, which is here. here, if you are live with me right now. If you are, that's great. Welcome. Love to see you. If you are watching the replay, you can comment and say hello down here in the comment section. So this is a new way for me to be doing things. And over here on the YouTube, obviously, kind of like messing around with everything so that I can see what works. Today, BeLive is working, so we're going to use it. That's why you don't see my Soul Coach Michele stuff at the bottom because I haven't used BeLive in a long time. Also, my Mac decided to update this morning when I turned it on, so that was a delight. Mercury retrograde is kind of wonky, okay? So let me jump right in. I have like my Stephen Colbert note cards. Um, but mine are pink. So, anyways, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Soul Coach Michele. I am your friendly neighborhood super woo, soul coach and manifesting maven. So, what I do is I am a fourth generation intuitive medium and channel. We do card readings, we do energy readings. I teach how people can manifest their dreams. In fact, that's going to be a really cool thing coming down the pike in January. Is a revamped program I used to run, I want to say 5 years ago, but it's all revamped, new exercises, new all the things. So that's coming. And plus, a quick mini course will be released soon. Excited about that. Working on that right now. And moving and shifting everything to YouTube off of Facebook because, oh, hot mess over there. I'm sure that if you're watching me on YouTube, you probably are like, yeah, I left Facebook too because it's a flippin' garbage dumpsters fire. So, anyways, I want to say, first of all, welcome, welcome, welcome. And thank you. Thank you guys for subscribing. Oh my God. So I totally got on my thing this morning, was looking, holy crap, you guys like totally just subscribe like crazy. I need to get to 100 subscribers so that I can have a customized URL. That's a rule. I know some people are like, email me and they're like, that's not how it works. Yes, it is. So I need 4 more people. So here's the deal. Go ahead and subscribe like crazy. Tell your friends, tell everybody, say, we love her. I want you to subscribe. The 100th subscriber, I will hop on here once I get my streaming stuff done. The 100th subscriber, I will pull 3 cards in a live stream for um, to give you a reading as a thank you for all the people. And whenever I pull cards, as always, it's synchronicities or synchronous or whatever the word is. So if you watch along, you'll probably hear stuff that's good for you too. So that's going to be my new thing. So as soon as I hit 100, whoever the 100th thing is, because YouTube tells me who it is. Like these are sneaky little like matrices. They'll tell me like who. Like I know Rebecca. Rebecca recently said I'm going to be a subscriber. So I know that sent me an email and told me it was her, and I'm like, thank you, Rebecca, and thank you to everybody. So anyway, um, welcome and hello, and welcome to the new subscribers. Keep the family expanding. And let's see. So, yeah, make sure if you're new, click subscribe, hit the bell so you know when I'm going live and when new stuff is posted. And then lastly, give me a thumbs up if you love this, because that tells Google and YouTube that you love me and other people should see it. Okay. So, all that said, this is an energy reading for this week, which is October 4th through the 11th. And if you need something more personal and more structured just to you, feel free to like go ahead and schedule a session. The links for everything are below, if that helps you. But this is a collective thing, so know that it's for you, but also for everybody as a collective. Which is why it's good for really kind of seeing what the weather is out there amongst the peoples, because I know a lot of us have trouble peopling. That's why I wear my little crystal medal. So yeah, this week is a big week to crystal up, y'all. This past weekend, hot mess, hot mess. Oh my god, energy of craziness. Okay. Today is a little bit better, but I just want to, before we pull some cards for this week, I want to kind of remind you of what is going on in the energy. Okay. So we're still in Mercury retrograde. Again, not go hide your kids, hide your wife. It is just understanding we need to slow down, navigate wisely. And that's going to be really hard as we approach new moon on Wednesday. But understand that this Mercury is still in retro. It is in Libra. So it's all around really revisiting relationships, doing the Marie Kondo of your relationships. And that doesn't just mean romance, that means all of them: family relationships, friend relationships, co-worker and colleague relationships, relationship with yourself, relationship to technology, to social media. Like I'm really kind of like, I've been thinking about it for a while. I'm trying this out over here. This morning was kind of a mess because Mercury retrograde is also about technology, because it's how we communicate. So understanding that if we can move with ease and grace, thankfully I have a delightful human who I love, my boyfriend, who is a genius as far as like getting shit going. Because first it was saying it wouldn't connect to the internet, then it was like Google whatever wasn't working. Oh my God, it was crazy. So understanding we need to kind of slow down. I need to do this a lot. I am a warp speed person. So I am constantly like, slow down, slow down, slow down. So understanding that this is going to be kind of a roller coaster until the end of the month. And it's okay. Just ease and grace, because the energy that's going to combine here is we have that new moon on Wednesday, which normally new moons are great, right? Because they kind of quiet everything down. They tend to be times of reflection of, okay, I'm so grateful for all this stuff. What am I going to do next? Like, where am I going to plant some seeds? And it's in Libra. So normally it's very like, Libra is great because it's discerning. It balances everything without judgment, in the sense of, oh, this is better than that. The judgment that comes is more discernment than judgment. So when we're trying to make things, um, make decisions, having that kind of, um, you know, having that kind of insight is really great. But ugh, this new moon, we are in retrograde Mercury. There's a ton of other things in retrograde. Mars is involved with it. Fire, 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 fire. So you're going to feel like not only is it almost like you're taking 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You don't want to start things. You're trying to do stuff, but you can't. You feel like you're walking in sludge. And because of all this going on, included in like normally Libra wants to feel good being discerned, but we don't have discernment. It's very unclear. So there's more kind of agitation than anything. So, and then add into that, you have all these other planets in retrograde. Then Chiron, which is the wounded healer, is coming in. And so there might be stuff that triggers you. Might be stuff that triggers you because you're in the new moon. And that's throwing shadow on relationships. Again, the focal point, because it's in Libra, focal point is all on this stuff. Like, where do I need to heal these things? What's triggering me? What's my lesson? Okay. So, really kind of focusing on that. That's what's going on as far as like the energy this week. It might feel a little thick. It'll feel, you know, not super awesome. I'm just warning you. I'd rather be honest. You know that I'm an optimist when it comes to stuff. So what I'm going to do is encourage you to say, what do I need to know here? What do I need to learn? What's going on that I can kind of discern and say, where in myself am I not having good relationship, and where am I confused, and where can I heal that? Okay. So that's kind of the energy going on. And you're going to see, because of this energy, a lot of inflammation is the word that keeps coming back. In fact, it was really funny this morning. I mean, it's not funny. Haha. It's funny. Like, well, that's interesting. Um, a friend of mine and I were texting earlier this morning because her granddaughter isn't feeling so hot, and like she has three, and they all like kind of have gone through this illness. You know how kids get sick and it runs through the family and everything. And so the littlest one was having kind of a hard time, kind of really navigating this. And so Spirit gave us both some curatives for both mind, body, soul for the little one, but everything that kept coming to me was all anti-inflammatory herbal stuff. And so she and I like kind of bounced ideas off each other, and it sounds like it kind of helped the child. So that's good. And what I'm getting for everybody is bring down the inflammation. I feel like the world is kind of in that like overinflamed. We drank too much last night. We ate too much pizza or Chinese food, and the salt is making everybody bloat. It's like everybody's got PMS. And if we can just kind of bring down that inflammation through approaching everything with ease and grace, that's going to be where you'll see some healing. And I want to give you ideas about how to do that, which would be really do some more inner work. I know that sounds like you're like, more effing inner work. Are you effing kidding me? Because we've been told for like all year, don't do so much. I know you have ideas, but just do your inner work. And you're like, oh my God, I've been inner working since 2020. Like, can I not? Can I just get going? Still a little like chill. It's because everybody's inflamed. So let's not be part of the problem. Let's be part of the solution, or be neutral. That's where we need to go. Okay. So what do we need to do that? So the best bet is to bring more inner focus. So start, like, when you start asking questions, you start getting triggered, because what'll happen is your triggers, your emotional triggers, show up as reactions. Okay. So yesterday I had kind of a meltdown. So I have to ask myself, what's going on there? Where do I need to revise and forgive myself so that I can move into a state of ease and grace around the situation? That's what I'm going to encourage you. So if we can slow down and respond rather than react, that's where you're going to find a lot more peace. Start journaling. Start pulling your own cards. Okay. We'll pull cards here in a minute. Um, but just try to take down that inflammation. If you feel that things are escalating, bring it down a notch. If there's more than one person involved, like you're not the only person and you're watching this, take yourself and bring yourself down a notch or seven. If you start feeling it, bring down another notch, okay? That's what we need to do. Let me grab my water because I've been kind of chatty here for a minute. That y'all, this is my water. So like when I talk about hydrating because we're running energy, like, this is my clearing spray and this is my water bottle. So I practice what I preach. So let me grab a sip real quick. Mm. Hey Donna Marie, it looks like, oh, are you from Ireland? That's cool. I thought I was Irish for like my entire life until like 6 months ago when I started doing ancestry. Turns out I'm Scottish. Who knew? But I do enjoy the Irish culture. here in America, we do all the Irish things, but I would love to come and see you guys because that's awesome. Hey, Gina, is that you? Hey, hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining again. Since we kind of have our tech issues out of the way, the the whole thing is, again, bring down the inflammation. I just went through the energy. So if you are joining late, you can watch that in the replay. Again, if you're here live with me, go ahead and join the convo over here. If you are watching the replay, hashtag replay below and give me a comment. The reason the screen looks a little different than normal is because I had to bypass the other software to get on here today, and that's why I was also late, because Mercury retrograde is a delight. Anyways, so we're going to talk about bringing down that inflammation. So what I want to do is pull some cards. Now, most other people, and I want it to be a little different, so we're going to experiment. I love experimenting. It allows us to see what we're going to do and see what works and what doesn't. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull some cards. Normally, most people that do weekly readings will pull like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then the weekend. What I want to do, because everybody does that, is we'll experiment and pull an energy for the entire week. Now, this week is from the 4th, which is today, through next Sunday, which is the 11th. And then we'll come back on Monday. Hopefully, StreamYard will be up and I can use it to do this. And what we're going to do here is say, based on all this crazy energy that is like kind of like, with all the retrogrades. Oh, and by the way, happy ending. Pluto does go direct at the end after the new moon, which will kind of maybe ease up some stuff a little bit and we'll feel a little forward motion. I'm not quite sure. I'm not an I'll be honest, I'm not an astrologer. I just know enough to be dangerous, but I know when to look for the weather to see why do I feel like it's raining, so to speak, so that I can figure out what's going on. But right now, until then, there is some stuff like I feel like physical inflammation, energetic inflammation. That's what we need to take down. So this is a reading for the collective. We're going to pull 3 cards. First card is our answer. Next 2 cards are supportives, which means this is the energy for the week, and here are the things that we need to know to get to that focus, to get to that energy that will support us through the week as we navigate and strive for the ease and grace that we're seeking, which is right now a little bit, we're in that kind of like, so in my brain moves faster than my mouth can talk, y'all. So my Mercury retrograde reading, if you have not watched it after this, you can go ahead and watch it. I think it's like 30 or 40 minutes. You can podcast it, like just listening, anyways, because I'm not singing and dancing, kind of like now. But anyways, in that one, we talked about how stuff gets kind of wonky. We want to make sure that as we go through this and as you navigate things, that you understand that this is all for the purpose of your highest good. It's all for the purpose of learning. It's all for the purpose of your ascension. And right now, and this is another thing my friends and I were talking about earlier today. We text at like 6 in the morning. It's hilarious. And we talk about woo-woo stuff. Was that it feels like those of us who are older, children today, it's like they come in and they're like a new MacBook Pro. They got the hardware, the software, they're like processing shit for everybody. I feel like I'm a Commodore 64 trying to like, upgrade to, I don't know, whatever iOS 15 is. And so understanding from that perspective, these are ascension symptoms. We need to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves. And as we do this, you have to also understand that you're navigating this with other people. It's not, you don't do this in a vacuum. Just like you don't manifest in a vacuum, you don't navigate your spiritual path in a vacuum. And these are the people that are going to be interacting with you. So understand from that perspective to take some inner time. It's okay to say no. It's a complete sentence. And let's go ahead and pull some cards to understand what do we need to know as we navigate this crazy week. We're coming off some of that crazy energy. I think that the new moon is going to be, this is our card. Interesting. I think that the new moon is going to be easier than this past weekend is what Spirit is telling me. And as we go into the end of the week, it's going to be a lot less stressful, but Monday, Tuesday, all the way up until Wednesday it's going to be integration of all the hot mess that happened over the weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And so understanding that the card pulls that we're going to talk about here are going to support you guys as you navigate the next couple of shifting energies, because we got new moons, we got people going forward, which, by the way, when stuff goes forward, it's not like it's over. They got to stop, then they got to pause for a minute and decide where they're going, and then they move forward. So you might feel a little stagnant last end of the week, but if you can just stop trying to push and relax and just allow yourself to kind of float on the floaty in the pool, that's where we're going to feel better. Okay. So let's see. I want to pull out some more cards here. What's going to help us? This one. This one. Ah. Oh, mouse. And then this one. Okay. Got it. Ooh. Yeah, makes a lot of sense now. So what we have here is, I will explain how I do this. So like I said, pulled the cards from the question perspective of, with all of this stuff that I took notes from Spirit on about energy and retrogrades and all the things happening, what do we need to know to navigate this with more ease and grace? Okay. We need to, and it's funny, it's Crow Spirit, but it came in upside down. No, that does not mean life is over. Oh my God, blah, blah, blah. I don't read cards like that. When they're upside down, it means one of three things. I didn't know that, I forgot that I knew that, or I'm ignoring this. Okay. And a lot of times I think we ignore this because Crow Spirit is all about co-creating with spirit, with understanding that your life, you don't have to do this alone. Okay. So biggest message answer to what do we need to know as we navigate these energies? We are not alone, whether it be we are talking like for the collective, or we're talking from the perspective of spirit is with us, source energy is with us. We are part of a collective. Excuse me, universal first law of oneness. We are one as individual, but we are one with the collective, with source energy. We are an extension of source energy. Understanding that because of all that, you're co-creating everything with spirit. So getting back into awareness, getting back into understanding where that comes from is big this week. Helper cards. We have little mouse spirit. Isn't she adorable? Oh my God. It makes you kind of go, oh, okay, mouses are not that bad. Mouses, whatever. And she comes in again, upside down. Again, saying, you're not aware, you're ignoring, or you forgot you knew that. And it says, tend to the small things. Now, I think a lot of times when we think of self-care, when we think of meditation, when we think of all the stuff that we do to stand in our awareness, to stand in our power, to stand in the energy of our soul purpose, which is all the same because our soul purpose is the umbilical cord back to the source energy, which we are manifested of. What that means is your happiness, pure joy, pure love, pure happy, all the high energy things, the epitome of the highest energy is your soul purpose, right? We think when we take the spiritual path that we have to have all of these ginormous steps. Like we have to go on a retreat. We have to like take the day off from work because I can't by any means go to work and do my meditation. We have to start compartmentalizing and understand even the smallest thing in the right direction is helping. So when you think about co-creating with spirit, the only way to do that from a perspective of manifesting what you want, because we're manifesting all the time. If you're awake and breathing, you're manifesting. So don't think I only manifest when I have something I want. You're manifesting everything, your experience, everything. Okay. Yes. And yes, here's the other thing, just as a side, there is also outside influence of the collective that can trump your intentions when you're trying to manifest something. That's a whole nother conversation. But from this perspective, understand you're not alone. Okay, not alone. And so to reconnect with spirit, to get that co-creation going on, tending to the little things. Take that time, even if it's only 5 minutes, sit quietly in your car, in the chair, like that's my meditation chair. Find the 5 minutes. Do something just for you every day. Just for you, not because, oh, well, my kids might want this, or my husband, or my wife, or my partner, whatever, really sit down and think about what is one thing I want. It might be I want to go to yoga class. It might be I want to take a walk. It might be I want ice cream in this flavor and I don't give a flip who sees me. It might be, I'm going to read one chapter of my book today. I might, just take a minute and play solitaire on my iPad or whatever, the new Candy Crush or whatever, you know? Take a moment for you. And it doesn't have to be ginormous, it just has to be. Okay? That's the first helper to get back to, because the inner voice, you have to be quiet to get to that inner voice. The last thing is, and it's wolf spirit right side up. And what that means is turn the knowledge into wisdom. So all of this stuff, like I said earlier, all of this craziness that's happening because of the Mercury retrograde, because of all the other planets in retrograde, because of Chiron in retrograde, because we're having new moon in Libra with Mars firing it all up. All of this stuff that's creating the inflammation I keep talking about, don't let it just be a complaining session. Like, I always hear people, if you're going to bring a complaint, bring a solution as well. Understand that your solution is, how do I turn this into wisdom? Because when we talk about everything happening for your highest good, what that means is that you're turning it into wisdom at the end of the day. Everything happens for your highest good, right? Um, Divine protection doesn't mean nothing bad is going to happen. It just means you're going to be okay if you choose to be. All these things, what that is you turning the knowledge into wisdom. Knowledge is when you experience something that might not be super awesome, or it might be super awesome. You might learn how to do something and you do it great and it works every time, and you turn that into wisdom. If I do this, this is what'll happen. Okay. And sometimes it's bad stuff, like a trauma of any kind. And the way you turn that trauma into wisdom so that you don't have those reactions that happen when it shows up is to sit down and learn the lesson. Sit down and ask yourself, where can I turn this into wisdom? Where can I have forgiveness? Where can I ho'oponopono? Where can I do all this and forgive myself, forgive other? And then say, what was this for my highest good? And that's your wisdom. So understanding this week is about seeing it for what it is. It's inflammation. It's going a little bit nuts. We're all trying to move forward. We're sick and tired of sitting still, but we got to just be. For this whole time has been all about learning how to be, which we're not good at, me included. We try it every weekend, me and Darren, and it doesn't seem to, it's getting better. We're getting better at just being. Um, but it is something, because if you're a doer, that generally is what happens. Secondly, we were last year, it was tearing everything down. This year is restructuring. I think right now, when we talk about the restructuring, I kind of alluded to it and talked a lot more about it in the Mercury retrograde thing. You have a period of time where you're an architect. You're designing what things are going to look like. You're not building, you're not tearing down. You're looking at the blank canvas and saying, what am I going to put here and what is it going to look like? And right now I feel like, and this is my feeling, this isn't the cards, this is, or the stars, it's my spirit talking to me thing, is saying that the architects are arguing, and we might be internally arguing because we're not quite sure and we're second guessing ourselves, and you want to make sure that you don't do that. You want to make sure that you are discerning, and that's really challenging right now. So the way to do that is to kind of take it down a notch, to take the inflammation out of it so that you can see more clearly. And when you can do that, as we are in Libra right now, and I know it's kind of challenging because we push against that doesn't feel good. So right now, all the relationships and stuff that we like to have in balance are kind of being assessed, and that's not always fun because you're poking, and that can cause not having clarity. But if you can take that inflammation down, if you can take it down and see it for what it is, turn that knowledge into wisdom, allow yourself the space to just be and reconnect with yourself, reconnect with spirit, and start co-creating. What happens is the co-creation is the architects getting along. It's the architects, you, for the rest of your next, I think it's like 19 years or something like that, for the next like 28 days, because the new moon is this week, or 6 months when the matching full moon comes around. Or I think it's like a decade or two coming up as we're planning into all of this. All right. So understanding, It is knowing that if you can get to that ease and grace space based on this, the co-creation with spirit, and understanding that it's okay to tend to your small things. It is safe for me to take time out for myself and self-care. And if I do that, I can turn this knowledge into wisdom. That's the story of this week. All right. I hope that was helpful. Again, if you want to see these weekly, it's my first one for this. I used to do the Messy Bun Mondays. You can check those out on my YouTube channel because those are more conceptual. So they're more like lessons about manifesting and talks like that. This is going to be a weekly reading. So every Monday at 11 a.m., software working, I will be here with you and I will be sharing insights, any stuff that I get downloaded before we come on, and pulling the cards for the week to talk about what is the energy of this week, what do we need to know as a collective, and what can we expect, and what can we do to navigate a more ease and graceful way through the week. So join me again next week, which will be the 12th of October, and right here on the YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe, you click the bell. If you want to give me a thumbs up, that would be great. Um, and again, I am Soul Coach Michele, your friendly neighborhood super woo, soul coach, and manifesting maven. This is a reading for the collective. If you want one that's just for you, you can go down to the links below and grab you a spot on my calendar and schedule yourself a session. And then also, I will be doing the Halloween card pull on YouTube now instead of on Facebook. That's going to happen at the end of the month. You can check the events because I think I already scheduled it on here to put that on your schedule. Make sure again, click the bell because I think Donna Marie was asking about readings and card pulls. That happens on Halloween. I do it once a year as a thank you to pull cards for people that attend live. So you have to be here live. But make sure you check out the events on the scheduled. I think they're the live scheduled, or it's under seasonal readings that I put as a playlist. I can't remember off the top of my head what the date and time is for that. But just join that and then join every Monday at 11 Central US time for the weekly readings. And I love hearing from you guys. So make sure you comment, make sure you, um, in the live, and go ahead and do the live chat when I'm live. And hopefully next time I will have all my little banners and all my stuff like all organized and pretty because I'm a Virgo and we like that kind of thing. This was not fun. As far as technology, it was fun being with you, but the technology to get here was like, shoo. So hopefully that'll get better as we go. Other than that, I hope that you have a wonderful week. Please just realize there's a heightened bit going on. New moon is not going to be as like meditative and reflective as they normally are just because of all the stuff going on, and that's okay. Okay. Just know ahead of time. It's almost like I like to think of it as okay, I check the weather to see if it's going to rain or be really hot or be really cold. So I know, do I bring an umbrella? Do I wear a coat? Do I wear shorts? What do I need for this week? So that's what this is going to be about. So knowing your spiritually channeled weather reports so that you can know what you need to take with you throughout the week. Again, highly recommend crystalling up selenite, shungite, lots of rose quartz, my friends, lots of love. Always like kind of be in that Ho'oponopono love central place this week if you can try to stay there. Okay. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me, especially our newbies. I'm so excited for you to be here. And again, one last thing. Remember the promo. I'm itching to have my first 100 people. So go ahead and subscribe. And whoever is the 100th subscriber, I'm going to hop on once the technology is working really good and do a live card pull for that person. And again, if you're wanting to join to watch that, that'd be great because there are synchronicities for everybody. Ooh, I said it right. Okay. Welcome to October, everybody. It is that month where the veil is thinnest. And so just be in the ease and grace. Okay. I love you so much. Have a great week. Mwah. Bye, y'all. Oh, it says it's not saved. How do I stop it? There it is. Oh, stop stream. See, again, Technology. Okay, now I'm really leaving.